Howdy, y'all. So I just recorded this and then it failed, so here we are again. But yeah, this is season 2 of Hacker's Memory. I'm gonna try and go through the big points. First of all, I skipped ahead a little bit just to make it easier to jump into. So while I have all of the items from my previous playthrough, we're gonna kind of gloss over that. I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna try not to use them. Like I'm gonna try not to use the XP stuff. Man, who am I kidding? I'll end up using them. But I'm gonna try not to use everything too much. I'm gonna use the equipment just because that seems fair. Farm goods, yep. Key items. I mean, obviously I can't not do those. Digimetals, etc. I mean, money's not a problem. I have like 1,000,000 yen. But what I did do is I went through and I moved every single Digimon I had out of the farm islands, and I threw them all in the Digibank. So this is the same file that I streamed, and if you're like, wow, this game looks cool, and I want to see like a full playthrough of it, and I can't wait for Nick to upload more parts, just go back and watch the entire stream I did. So yeah, the gang's all here. Rex. So, except in this one, I'm going to try and... I have a couple different goals in mind. I'm going to try and use Digimon I didn't really use before. We'll see how well that goes. And I'm gonna definitely use them, I'm gonna use them, like, with the accessories and stuff, because this time I have all of the accessories unlocked. So for those who don't know, the only way to get accessories is by doing the online stuff, which is fine. You can get a couple crowns every, month. But for the rest, it's like, they'll give you like 4 different accessories each month. And they're usually themed around the month, so like Halloween there's like jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, and then there's like a gold one. I didn't get the gold ones, but all of 2018 when this game came out, I went and got every single accessory that I could. So I'm gonna play with those because I think it'll be a lot more fun to like start a playthrough with them instead of like having it towards the end of the game. So we've got not Rex, Rex's twin, who will be using this playthrough because this is still technically the old one, so I don't want to besmirch the name Rex, and I don't want to use him because he'd be very overpowered. So, brand new Digimon. I went Betamon instead of Tentomon this time. And then, so that's him. We have Captain Bubbles. When I named him Captain Bubbles, he was a Modimon, so that made more sense then, but it's fine. He's still Captain Bubbles. We have Lieutenant Biscuit. He was Sergeant Biscuit, but then he digivolved. Yeah, so that's what I'm going with right now. I'm gonna try and... Oh, the other thing I did is I digi-converted everyone I could. So, like, obviously I haven't fought a Devimon or Corellimon yet, but I still have 90%, so I can't do anything about that. But all the ones that were like 100 or more, I converted and then just threw in the Digibank. So for these guys, these were all since this playthrough started, so I'm gonna convert these 3. We're gonna add some new peeps with us. For now, I'm not going to name them yet, not until I know who their rookie's going to be. But I'll toss them in, oh, fuck. Oh, God. How do I know? Okay, sort by name, generation, type, level, fuck. Alright, so I got to try and find them. I think this is a Pokemon. So the other thing I'm going to try and do, and this is going to shock some people, I'm going to try and not use Agumon. I want to try and stay away from the Agumon line. And... just because I use him in every goddamn game. Like, he's great, one of my favorites, but I think I gotta branch out a little bit, so. What was the other one I did? Fuck, I don't even remember anymore. I think it was Poyomon. Okay. So that being said, you may have noticed it, with Lieutenant Biscuit. I have access to every Digimon, that's like in this game. So like I can get Arcadiamon, which I might try for. There's a bunch I can do that I couldn't do without beating the game first. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, and let's just go. Now when I say I already tried this, I mean I recorded this and then I went to process in Elgato and it didn't work. So on the off chance that I can't recover that, this is now part 1 of season 2. If I can, then I'm sorry for that explanation. Right. Cases. Let's go. So yeah, I did 2 side quests and I did a main story one where Mirai introduces the 30 hackers again. I don't remember how to find them. Do my Digimon have to find that quest? Digimon, run away. Just be planning to deliver to Digimarket. The deadline is soon. We'll pay. So catch him. Once they're gone, that's it. Looks like we gotta catch him. No name Mon. Client is Digimarket Wholesaler. I'll contact Mouse for the details. Oh, Hootie, I've been waiting for you. Hang on. I was expecting Ryuji or Chitose. You know what's different than the last time I played this game? Chitose is the name of the character in this. He's like the blonde one, which was fine. When I played this the first time, that was completely fine and normal. But now, since then, I've played Super Robot Wars 5 or V, whatever you want to call it. And one of the main characters is a very busty female named Chitose, and I can't not combine those two in my head now, so it's a little weird. Are you new? Are you sure you can hit it? Never mind, I'm the real pickle. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm in Digimon wholesale business. I collect various Digimon and sell them at the market. Hired you because I received an Air Digimon order to be delivered tomorrow. A regular customer of mine needs a lot of Air Digimon in a hurry and asked me to procure them. That's weird. When I found that one's escaped from its cage. Do you have any idea what this means? I stand to lose everything. If I don't fix this, I'll never be able to show my face in Kowloon ever again. It won't be that bad. Oh, don't underestimate hackers. Hackers are territorial and very sensitive when it comes to contracts and stuff like that. So you can understand my desperation. Please bring the Airjamon back as soon as you can. Oh, right away because it didn't want to be sold? I doubt it. They're just pieces of data. They don't think about stuff like that. Incorrect, sir. Let's hurry up and find it. I heard an Airjamon has been seen on Under Kowloon Level 2. Get over there. Counting on you. I'll be waiting at the Digimarket. So he's a hacker who sells Digimon at the market. I feel conflicted about this. Shakedown's a shakedown, no matter who you are. There's plenty of people like that guy in Kowloon. If you come in and throw around a self-centered idea, just an idealistic fool. That's what Ryuji said. Whatever my feelings, the case has to come first. I'll go to Under Kowloon Level 2 and look for the Airjamon. For those who need a refresher, the way you get your first Digimon is because you buy it from a Digimon seller, and then, like, you end up freeing the other ones. Alright, Eden. Also, what's different since I've played this last time is, I've tried VR before. So this is, kind of different now. Look at these fucking boys. Alright. So, if I remember correctly, and I don't know if I do, I think they still get XP even if they're in the back. But I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I played this game. About 2 years. So I'll tell a story that happens last time I recorded something. First of all, we're coming off the month of October because it's November. That's how time works. But I streamed every day in October, and so I didn't really have time to record anything just because like I was already stretching myself kind of thin. So this happened early November anyway. But this is just the first video I'm really recording since then. So November 4th is the anniversary, it's actually a week ago today, is the anniversary of the day my mother died. And I think it's been about 3 years now. And for those, okay, so they do get XP, that's good. For those who've been around before, you've heard me talk about it. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Didn't have a great relationship with her. Very strained. A lot of climaxes, and just like a lot of fights that climaxed in me just like leaving. Without a word to my mother. I can talk a little bit about what set it off the last time. And it was, oh wow, it was that easy. It was, I gotta do some explanation. Was seen around here, but there's no sign of it now. It's hiding somewhere else around and see if there are any witnesses. Oh, Mr. Navid again. I can't fix him yet. I don't know what I need for restoration. I think I might just need a champion, which I don't have yet. What's it? Hacker skills? Okay. Let's see. Road access, one more champion, one more electric. Oh, that's right. One more data. Have a vaccine Digimon at champion level or higher. Rough. I'll have to come back for that. Oh, right, acceleration. I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get into some stuff. I'm gonna search territory. No boys allowed. Leave at once. Or do you want our handmade fighting security wall to drive you away? Leave while you have a chance. I mean, okay. Warning. Wanna get out of here? No. No. We're gonna fight this fucking wall. So when I was going to college, I was working an overnight job, and I like kind of left with 2 weeks notice, like, or went on leave, I should say, because I literally just didn't, I didn't know I was leaving. Like, the college didn't get back to me until like 2 weeks before the semester started, which was kind of ridiculous. But anyway, so I told my boss, I was like, you know, I gotta go. And he was like, okay, well, I mean, we'll hold your job for you. Like, he was actually really good about it. And he was like, but like, we're gonna have to find someone, like, in the meantime. Like, that's obviously makes sense. And I told my mother this at the time, and she was like, oh, well, I'll just go work there. And I was like, why on earth would you do that? Because, my mother hadn't worked in years. She was on disability, for like various surgeries she did to herself to get painkillers. So like, I was sort of just like, what do you mean? Like, why would you take this job of all jobs? And in fairness, it was literally like a walk down the street. So like, I can sort of understand. Am I strong enough to fight these yet? I might not be. But like, I was like, do you have to do this? Like, at my job? Like, I don't want you working here. Like, you're gonna talk to everyone in my hometown. Like, because we worked in our hometown. I was like, you can't do this. Like, you're gonna talk to people I know. You're gonna ruin my fucking reputation. People are gonna associate me with you. I said it nicer than that, but it was more of like, no, you can't do this. And I was really fucking upset. And like, she was just like, I'm gonna do it anyway, because, you know, the job's open, and this way I can hold it open for you and stuff like that, because then when you get back, you can just work instead of me. And I was like, I know, because I don't trust you. And so then, like, I told my boss, I was like, straight, he was like, oh, so what do you think about if your mother worked here? I was like, honestly, and this is not just because, like, she's my mother, she's a bad worker. She's gonna show up late, she's gonna call out, and she might do worse things. I genuinely don't know. But I was like, do not, in my personal opinion, you should not hire her. And he was like, okay, well, I mean, I'll take that into consideration, but I mean, we have no one. I have to hire her. And I was like, okay, but I'm just remember that I said not to hire her. Remember that I said this, because I don't want to be on the hook for anything she does while she's here. And he was like, I mean, that's fine. You know, you've made it clear. That's fine. I was like, okay. So about 2 years pass, and I've been going to college for a while now. I don't think I wasn't graduating. I think I was coming back from my junior year was about to end. And I get a call from my boss, and my boss is like, hey, just a heads up, we had to fire your mother. She'd stolen about $8,000 worth of inventory over like a quarter, so like, you know, 3 months. Or they're like, at least that's what we can like catch her on. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, so how did she do that? Did she just steal it from the register? And they were like, no. She was just, she would just like basically take a grocery bag, because it was a convenience store. She would just take like a grocery bag of items and just walk out with them like every shift, and just assume, and she just would always say that she paid for it earlier. And nobody thought anything of it. And I was like, well, that's fucking awful. And they were like, yeah, so you were right, and I'm sorry, like, I should have taken you more seriously, and I should have heeded your warning. And I was like, goddamn right, you should have. And they're like, do you think she's gonna be okay with you still working if you still work here? I'm like, what? My mother doesn't control where I work. What do you mean? I'm like, what? That has nothing to do with me. So I called my mother, and they were literally like, we have all the evidence like you could possibly like have. Like, we have her, we have like camera footage of it, we have the inventory matching up with what was lost, we have all this. Like, there's a complete paper trail with this. And I was like, great. So, I called my mother, and I was like, what the fuck did you do? And she was like, oh, they're fucking lying and full of shit. And, you know, I never did any of this. I'm like, they have definitive proof. What do you mean? It's like, why would you do this? At the place I work at, too. I'm like, do you even care that, like, it affects me, too? Like, now, how do I explain to other people why you got, like, why you're not there anymore? Why do I have to explain, like, or, you know, to my bosses what the fuck you just did? Like, are you kidding me? This is something that affects both of us, and I warned you not to do this. And she was just like, she's like, no, it's full of shit. They didn't do it. And just like, I'm done. I can't. So, some extra backstory to this. Look at this cute boy. During the time, that took a while, by the way. I think I was supposed to have stronger Digimon by now. During this time, she, the house had slowly been falling apart. Like, she was missing payments on stuff. My sister had moved out the year before. My brother had just moved out. She was, and my stepfather had, like, left her by now, so it was just her. And clearly, things were falling apart. So, oh man, I just did Modimon, so I don't want to do another one, but I guess we'll do Tanmon. No, we'll do Yokomon, why not? So, and now, but I was just like, I can't, like, why would you put this on me? So, I get back from college. The house is a fucking wreck. No one had been there besides her for like 2 months. So, I just pack up my stuff and just kind of take off. Like, I went to go, say bye to her, and to fucking yell at her or whatever. Like, I didn't even know what I was gonna say yet. And I peeked in. This was like 11 a.m. by the way, and she was asleep with. She was in bed with a dude who was like only a few years older than me, and he was also the same dude who started dealing drugs to my friends, like once we started getting into high school, and who also dealt drugs to my sister the first time. Basically got hooked. A lot of people I know hooked on drugs, and I was just like, I can't. I had no strength should just be like to even explain how fucked up it was. I was just like, we're done, like, and I just didn't say anything, and I just took my stuff and I drove away. And then when she would obviously call and text and stuff, and like my mother was fucking malicious, so she would call and text stuff all the time, like even before I was still not there, where she would just be like bitching and moaning. And would just like blame me for things that I was like, I'm not even there. What do you mean? Like, so, I got a lot of like, oh, you're just abandoning me and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't answer a single one. And eventually just blocked her number. I was like, you're not a part of my life anymore. So, that was the last time I saw her. About a year after that, I got a call from a number I didn't notice one day on my birthday, and I answered it, and I just wanted to say happy birthday to my favorite son, or to my oldest and favorite son, and like I looked at the phone, I thought I held it there for like a second, 2 seconds maybe, and I just hung up, and I felt awful. I didn't feel awful. I felt bad. Like, I felt like what I had just done was wrong. But I was also, like, super depressed myself and super, like, tormented. And I was like, I have to look out for myself first before I do anything. It's like, I can't go, like, deeper into this. So, that was the last time I heard my mother. So then about a year after that, so that would have been December of, like, 2015. So December of 2016, or November of 2016, so my car, I'm trying to figure out how to start with this one. So November 4th, 2016, at this time I was in my senior year of college, and for this week in particular, like I'd finally got my own car, and this week in particular, my car had just like broken down over the weekend. Because I would go home every weekend to work, and then I would go back and drive myself back. Like Monday morning after work, I would drive back to school and just fall asleep there before getting up for my like afternoon classes. It was fucking rough. But then, So I think this would have been on like middle of the week. Like I'd already, like my car had been in the shop this week, so I didn't get to do anything. I get a call, or I get a text from, or I get a call from my dad, a bunch of calls, and it's like 6 a.m. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I answer it, and he tells me what happened, and it's that my mother is in the hospital, and she's not going to wake up. That I'm going to have to make it down there to say goodbye. And it was a call that we'd kind of known was coming, like my brother, my sister, and I. It was, even everyone in the family, we all knew it was like, this is something we were going to have to deal with, but it was just still like a gut punch. It was like it got me at the worst possible moment. My uncle ended up picking me up and grabbing me, and I ended up going to the hospital. I think I was the last person to talk to her before we pulled the plug. So then we had the funeral. She was cremated because we couldn't afford a gravestone. And we had the bulk of her ashes were like given so we could like spread them over her favorite beach. And I didn't and then everyone got like a small like personal urn. It's like no bigger than like, I don't even know how to describe it. This is gonna be a weird description, but it's like no bigger than like a capsule you would get out of like a vending machine, like in a grocery store, like something like that. Like just little like cups that you like pop open and there's like a shitty toy inside. No bigger than that. So I had it for a few years, and I didn't really do anything. I was just like, I would talk to my brother and sister. I would talk to my brother and my dad every year when it would get around that time. And this year, I don't know why. I think it was because, so this is what happened. What had happened was I couldn't remember what the day was. I couldn't remember what day she died on, and I felt like really guilty about it. And then I knew I had the police report, so I finally went and read the police report. I knew her cause of death was a heroin overdose. And I knew she had basically overdosed, or signed herself out of the hospital and then overdosed again. I knew that had happened. But I didn't know, like, more circumstances. So, I knew she'd signed herself out, and then just went back and immediately overdosed again, and this time her brain was dead before she got back. So, I finally looked into it. I, like, read the police report. It's pretty fucking brutal. It was pretty much exactly what I just said, but it was worse because it was like they found her like naked after like she had just like fucked some random dude, and I was like, I didn't know that stuff. So between reading that, not really knowing when the date was, and like knowing I hadn't really dealt with it, my plan was, because I think I read the police report maybe like a few days before it happened, maybe like a week before, and it was like sitting with me for a while. So I got up. Luckily, the day was already on a day off, so I got up super early that day. I ended up leaving my apartment at like 7 a.m. And I drove all the way to that beach from my hometown, the one that was like her favorite. And this is like, you've seen this before because you've seen a movie, or you've seen, or you've like watched TV shows, and it's exactly this stupid as I'm about to say, but like I drove down and was like, I'm gonna give peace of my mind. I'm just like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to the urn, because I can't talk to a gravestone because there is no one. So I'm gonna talk to it, I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind, tell her how much I fucking hated everything, how much I hated her and all the shit she'd put me through, and I hate it. I'm gonna finally give her a piece of my mind. Thought about it all the way to the drive. I was thinking of every like moment that she just like had completely fucked up or done, like, you know, how much she'd like hurt me. I was like, I'm gonna give my all. And I get to the beach, I walk up the big rock wall, they would call it, because it's just like, that's how you get into the beach. I found a good spot, sat down. My other plan was I was just gonna leave the urn there. Like I was gonna crack open the urn and just leave the ashes on the beach. It's like I'm kind of doing what she would want, but also like not really. Kind of getting rid of it, kind of getting anger out. Got there, sat down, went to start talking, and it just wasn't worth the effort. So instead of giving like a big piece of my mind, I just went and instead of giving a big piece of my mind, I'm like, man, I need to heal. No, not Lieutenant Biscuit. Okay. I basically just went like, I forgive you. Like, it doesn't matter. I kind of realized that holding a grudge like that was pointless because she's not here anymore. And also, like, it just didn't, there was no reason for me to keep hating. Like, I was just like, none of this is worth it anymore. Spoke very frankly. It was kind of like, you know, we wouldn't have talked like this in person because we just didn't have that kind of relationship. And I was like, I'm doing great, doing fine. I don't, you know, actually moved on, doing quite well for myself. Pretty happy where I am. So I just like, I just kind of went with that. Had like an hour-long conversation, and then as I was like holding it in my hand, I realized you could just screw the top of the urn off, which is stupid. Because for years I thought it was just like sealed shut. Like I didn't think you could open it. So when I found that out, I felt like a fucking idiot. I was like, all right, well, I guess I know what I'm doing. So I unscrewed it, and I was done talking, and I spread her ashes. And then there's a little pond behind the beach, because it's like beach runoff, but it's also just like there's like a little bit of a stream that goes through there. And I kind of just like it's always there, this pond, like behind, and it's right, like literally there's the rock wall, you have the water on one side and the pond behind it. And I was like, all right, well, honestly, I don't see myself talking to you again. I don't see myself like coming back here probably ever again. And I like frankly said, like, this is the worst beach in the town. I don't know why this was your favorite. This is easily the worst. There's like 4 or 5 beaches, and this is the worst one. It's all rocks. There's no fucking sand. The water is shit. Just all in all, just a terrible, terrible choice in beach. So, said that, grabbed the urn in my hand, and I just yeeted it. Not yeeted it, but I threw it hard as I could in the middle of that lake. Middle of the pond. I keep changing what it's called. In the middle of the pond. And almost hit a duck, but that's fine. I was like, as I was throwing it, I was like, please don't hit a duck, please don't hit a duck. And tossed it in there. Not out of like hate, but out of like, hey, you know, this is where you'd probably want to be like kept or remembered. And it was really fucking cathartic. Like just talking it out and getting it through. And before someone points out the very annoying metaphor of I thought it was sealed shut, and then I found out I could just open it after all. Fuck off. I hear it. It was not intentional, but I hear it. I don't want it brought up. But yeah, that was mostly it. I was just sort of like, I'm pretty much done. So I've only just realized this. Does Under Kowloon mirror regular Kowloon? Because this is like the same, but this is level 2, but they have a section like this in level 1. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. This section is like is exactly like the end of Kowloon level 1. But yeah, so that was I did that, and I was very happy, very cathartic, and I'm happy to not have to think about it ever again. So we're fine. I have passed like 4 broken Mr. Navits, and I can't fix a single one, and I feel guilty. Who are you? Don't come any closer. You won't hurt me, liar. I don't trust anyone. You'll just lock me in a tiny cage. Man caught lots of us Digimon and crammed us all in a tiny cage. No matter how many times we pleaded with him to let us out, he just ignored us. To him, nothing more than programs. Never going back there. I heard you take me back, right? Well then. It's either you or me. Alright, I hope I can beat Digimon, considering that that fucking brick wall gave me a run for my money. Alright, we're gonna do I Have Nightmares first. Because this has, yeah, this causes panic, which means this idiot's gonna attack himself. I wish I had a better, like, I wish Solarmon could hit harder, but I also wish that he... oh, you know what? I don't think I ever equipped him in anything. That could be part of it. But I also wish that he had like a buff attack, because he can't hit as hard. Right now he feels kind of useless. Luckily I have like 7 million of these. Norex. This is gonna be a rough fight because they're both virus types. Ugh, it's gonna take forever. Alright, why don't we just skip ahead? No, I'm just kidding. No, but for real, this is gonna take forever and I hate it. Maybe he can do some damage to himself, please? I wonder if this would work. Of course he blocks it. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? I forget, can you do multiple... Oh, god damn it. Can you do multiple status effects? I genuinely can't remember. Also, this is my first time I have to actually bring someone back to life. Alright. I have nightmares again, I guess, because you weren't panicked enough. Okay. This is what bothers me. Whenever I get panicked, every attack just like instantly hits me or my teammates. But whenever I panic enemies, they're like, okay, and gonna attack like normal now. And they're breaking the rules and I don't like it. His panic wore off too. Okay. Nope. What else have I done? I got my Death Stranding PS4. That's fun. Looks cool. Played about 3 hours of Death Stranding, and yep, it's a fucking Kojima game. I kind of wanted to go back to it once I was like more relaxed, just because I need. At the moment, I'm a bit high-strung, just because I'm working a lot of hours. And then you got my chemical depression that likes to kick in. So yeah, I kind of wanted to play a game that was like just more for me, like more relaxing, or more like I don't know, fun. Like I don't know how to put this. Death Stranding's fine, and I would say it's still fun. Like I'm enjoying it, but it's like you got to be in a different mindset to play it, if that makes sense. And that's not me being up Kojima's ass. That's just like facts. What am I gonna do here? I'll do another spray. God damn it. The good news is, I think after this I'll be able to digivolve some peeps. I was waiting till 14 for Betamon, because I wanted him to become a Siegramon, because first things first, we gotta go Cannon. Okay. This is why I hate the skill destruction. It has a chance to insta-kill your target, unless they're any fucking enemy. Uh-oh. Oof. Alright, it's taking a while. We're getting there. So I think resist means they can still be affected by it, but they just have a higher tolerance to it. Which, you know, this kind of bugs me. Because I feel like he's resisted it every single time. Hell yeah. Oh, they still didn't level up. Fuck you. Alright. No, I can't go back to that cage. What, a hacker's going to buy me? So I won't be locked up again? In that case, maybe I can go back. I thought I'd be locked in that cage forever. The others are still locked up. It's the only one who escaped. I've been so worried about them. Can't bring myself to go back to someone who treats Digimon so badly. Think he'll understand if I explain it to him? Possibly. He won't listen to a word I say. It'll help? Well, you've listened to me so far. Maybe you'll hear me out if you're with me. Yeah, made up my mind. I'll give it a try. Oh, I see you found it. Thank you. You again. Back to pick another fight. I forgot. This was the dude that we fucked over in the beginning of the game. So you're here to clean up this mess, and you brought the merchandise back too? What? You want me to listen to what the Edgemon has to say before you hand it over? What are you talking about? Ran away because that cage is too small and cramped. Give us somewhere with more space. Huh? You're just programs. Why would you care about something like that? We're not just programs. We're living things. It's horrible being locked up in such a tiny cage. how big our wings are? We need space to fly around. Couldn't take it anymore, so I had to get out. Even though your program's just saying you find it uncomfortable? That's exactly what I'm saying. I get it. I'll arrange someplace bigger. Then will the others in the cage calm down and stop trying to escape? Yeah, of course. There's so many types of Digimon. We Digimon don't mind being with humans. It'll be fine. Then I'll do it. Anything to avoid the headache of Digimon constantly trying to escape. Thank you. You're right. You listen to me. I mean, I still feel like I'm giving a Digimon back to slavery, which feels a little weird. Just waited for the Digimon to come back? You're a strange one, but thanks to you, now I know why it escaped. I never considered that Digimon could be living things before. What do you mean? They speak English, you fucking idiot? Like how do you not know they're real? Yeah, like the guy in the background, just like fucking hating it. Yeah? Huh, Mr. Hat? You're still a do-gooder, I see. They're just tools for us to use. You may have convinced him, but we'll just keep on doing things our way. But the deal didn't fall through thanks to you, so I'll overlook what you did before. Come back if you ever decide you want to use the market. Oh, that's right. This is a fucking game mechanic. I forgot about that. I guess there are all sorts of hackers. Some see Digimon as living things, some see them as tools. Think about whether or not I'm comfortable using the Digimarket. I forget, did they give you an option? I think I said yes last time. I wonder if anything's different if you don't. Welcome to the Digimarket. Yeah. They just sell you Digimon, which, you know, whatever. Alright, let's go back to Eden real quick. I'm gonna level up the normal way. I wonder if this is cheating. You can be the judge. Really quick, just gonna put let's give him old tactician stuff. You, the viewer, decide if this is unfair. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I can't believe I only have 3. I think for a while I was trying to get more, because there's like a very specific like Digifarm thing you can do to get it. And I just didn't, I never got that many, so I think I used Platinum Sukumon the whole time. It was mostly fine. I think I also just farmed for Digi points, or Digi Brave points, because they were easier. Alright, I want to get some of these guys Digivolved. I think Dracmon, I always want to say Dracomon. I think Dracmon's going to take a little bit longer. But Solarmon and Betamon should probably be good pretty soon. What else? Yes, Death Stranding's cool. I've actually been playing more Tokyo Xanadu, which was the is this a good Persona clone? And honestly, after playing it for a bit, I think I can say yes. I think it's actually a really good Persona clone. Which surprised the hell out of me. I like legitimately just thought it was gonna be shit. Or it was just gonna feel like a knockoff, but like the writing in that game is really good. And they also, it might just be the localization, but they don't treat it like they do in Persona, where they treat you like a fucking idiot. Where it's like, here's a 4-hour tutorial, and here's like, we're gonna repeat the plot to you every goddamn day. Which I get is, they do that so that if you stop playing for a while and come back, you'll know what's going on, which is fine. But like, the way they do in Persona feels like so like they're talking down to you. But in this game, it's like, it's sort of just like more tongue-in-cheek, which I like a lot better. If it goes on sale again, because I think I bought it for like 16 bucks. I think it's normally 60, which I wouldn't pay for it. But if you can see it go on sale for like 20 bucks, that's definitely worth it, in my opinion. Alright, let's go back. We got everything we needed here. I might just keep the Tactician USBs on, if only just to like not have to grind. Just get the XP naturally. Alright. Right. Digivolve. Not Rex is now a Seedramon. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. After I Digivolve these guys. Let me know if you want to see more of this. I'm doing it because, you know, the game just came out on Switch, and, you know, I'm taking advantage of that. He looks so fucking dorky with the Santa hat on. I'm taking advantage of it because it just came out on Switch. I kind of want to go for Golemon, which I guess we just need level 14. How close are you to the next level? I'll check in a second. But yeah. Alright, I'm going to go for Sang Lupemon, I think. Or Sang Lupemon. Actually, no, I should go for Arcadiamon. Because why not, right? Isn't he, like, stupid broken, though? It doesn't matter, I'm gonna do it anyway. Togemon. Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna go with Palmon, but I guess not. Cam is required for these. And here's what we're gonna do. Just because I don't feel like using them in battle yet. Again, this is what I said, I'm just gonna use the... I have items, I'm gonna use the items. Here, everybody gets 10. Happy? Good. How close are you? Hold on, let me cut back. I'm gonna cut back once I just go grind a battle. Alright, here we go. So, Captain Bubbles, we're gonna go with Golemon, because I don't think I used him last time. Plus he's new. I do like that they try to feature the new Digimon more. Like, I think one of the first bosses was Golemon. I think Airjamon was that whole thing. Oh my god, Captain Bubbles, you look amazing. Was part of that. Crimson Curse, physical, $45 damage. His strength is a lot higher now. Okay. Okay, we got Captain Bubbles. Let's go with Lieutenant Biscuit. Oh man, I don't know. It feels like broken to go with Arcadiamon, but eventually it's going to get to an issue where I'm going to need ABI, so I'll just de-digivolve at that point. And oh, look at him. I hate his tail. Lieutenant Biscuits. Bukamon. Let's see. What's Sayakumon? Do a random one. Then Yokomon, we'll go with... I always forget Mushromon's a rookie. Let's go with Biomon. Why not? And then Tokamon, we'll go with... we'll go with Patamon. No, let's go with Hawkmon. No, because I think Hawkmon's neutral. We'll go with Patamon. Yeah. Alright, well... That's it for today. Thank you guys. Come back for the next one. And yeah. I'm looking forward to doing more of this. Again, let me know if there's another Digimon game you want to play. Because I like Next Order, but I'm just taking a quick break from it. And then we can go back from there. So thanks guys, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, so I didn't do any videos for the month of October. Because I streamed every day. Almost every day. So there was no Patreon thing showing all the people from September. So luckily they were the same people. So this Patreon is for September and October. And I'm going to include all the people who donated during the month of October. So let's just get through this. It's going to be a little bit. Special shout outs to Urtrev for the $1, Sean, Norm P, and Annie for the $1 as well. Wesley Walker, brand new Patreon sub, and I am sorry because you joined during the month, for the first month I didn't do this in like a year or 2 years, but double thank you to you. And then Carlos for the 2, Azor with 3, John Barnett and Maz with 5, and then Sean Thomason, Connor Salverwald, and ENIAC with the 10, and Michael Smith with the 15. Thank you guys a ton. Reminder, Patreon, as low as $1 a month, you can get access to all the videos that I currently have in my enormous backlog. And, you know, that's all, just $1. So, that's Patreon. What's next? Right. YouTube supporters. So I want to do a big shout outs to C. Miller and Maya, who are both at 4 months now. We got Michael Smith, Electric Narwhal, and Raptax with the 7 months. And we have Louisa, John Barnett, ENIAC, and Maz with the 8 months. Almost a year. I can't believe it's been that long. And all of them get their special little badge next to their names when they comment on videos and when they comment in chat. It looks dope. You should get it. And then, so that's all for the Patreon and YouTube supporter people thing, blah. Thank you to all of you guys. Again, you can do it. You don't have to. It's not required, but you get a special thank you here. No, this is the extra part. I don't normally do this, but because it was an entire month full, I feel like I should. So, first off, we're going to go through... For those who didn't know, I had a goal where if we hit $500 donated during the month of October total, that I would wear a Pikachu costume for the rest of the year for all of my streams and I guess Patreon stuff now. So, you know, I'm not going to say if we hit it or not, but, you know, just, yeah. So I want to get, I'm not going to say the amounts, I'm just going to say the names, but I want to do a huge thank you to ENIAC, Mayo, Norm P, Austin K, and John Barnett. You guys did the Patreon, or no, you guys did the regular donations, which is just, there's a link to it. It's in the description of every stream and video. Thank you guys. I like these a little bit more because YouTube doesn't take a cut, but that's fine. Thank you anyway. You guys are amazing. And for the super chats, I want to big shout out to Under a Bridge, Kievu, Sean here, and for the fucking nail in the coffin, Spencer. Thanks, dick. But yeah, super big shout out to all of you guys. Thank you. Look forward to more videos. I'm gonna try and get back on a normal schedule. As always, if you like a series, like, because I'm gonna try and do a little bit more random videos this month. If you like a series and you want to see more of it, comment, or I'm not gonna know. If you don't like something, you're like, it's not for me, I couldn't get through the video, whatever, comment that too, and then I know not to do it. Like, this is a real thing. I'm a human. And then, yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and mix things up a little bit, but if you just notice I haven't posted a video in like 2 to 3 days, I probably just forgot. I have a bunch of them. So, if you're ever curious, just like in the Discord, like in the actual like main like general tab, just ask, has Nick done a video? And like a mod can like poke me or something and be like, Nick, are you doing any videos today? And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm still trying to figure out the best time to release them with my current schedule. For now, it's like 8 or 9 p.m. EST, which I don't really like. So also look for more streams. I don't know when I'll do it. Kind of when I feel like it. But yeah, thank you guys and look forward to seeing you next month. Adios.